Today's episode is sponsored by Mercury in retrograde. If everything starts to feel weird, I'm sorry. It does not matter. Also, Lindsay came up to me at a club once and was like, "Are we good?" And I was like, "We're good." And she was like, "Let's take a shot." I was like, "Okay." Hilary Duff admitting she purposely crashed Lindsay Lohan's Freaky Friday premiere. Insert theme song here. This is the Daily Sarcast. I'll give you the news and maybe a laugh. I'm Lindsay Vernick, and today is February 26, 2026. If you don't know what Mercury in retrograde is, don't worry about it. But if you do, In real news, the feds executed search warrants Wednesday morning at the home and office of the LA Superintendent Alberto Carvalho. The FBI confirmed the raids, including a search of his residence in San Pedro and the LA School District headquarters in downtown Los Angeles, and a property in Southwest Francis, Florida, that is associated with him. Officials say the investigation is focused specifically on Carvalho, not the school district as a whole. The affidavits are sealed, so the exact reason for the searches has not been said, but sources say that it broadly involves financial matters. Ugh. Law enforcement was seen outside Carvalho's home shortly after 6 a.m. yesterday, with agents in tactical gear and at least one rifle visible. Kids that were on their way to high school just stopped and stared as they watched the agents go in and later leave. It's unclear whether they took anything or not. Carvalho has previously faced scrutiny during his time leading Miami-Dade County Public Schools over a $1.57 million donation connected to a company that later received a district contract. An inspector general determined at the time that he did not violate ethics policies. The superintendent also dealt with fallout from the failed rollout of an AI chatbot created by the now collapsed education tech company All Here. However, there is no confirmation that either of these matters are connected to the current federal investigation. However, they definitely probably are. The LA County School District officials say they're cooperating, and that's about it for now. Casey Means, President Trump's nominee for U.S. Surgeon General, faced tough questioning yesterday during her Senate Health Committee confirmation hearing. Lawmakers pressed her on her views about vaccines, pesticides, and her alignment with Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s broader health agenda. Senators specifically asked whether she supports established vaccine recommendations and how her past public comments might shape her approach as the nation's top doctor. This woman has previously criticized aspects of the pharmaceutical and food industries and has spoken out about pesticide use. During the hearing, she was also questioned about her business background and ties to wellness-related ventures. Some senators raised concern about her qualifications and whether her positions align with longstanding public health consensus. The confirmation process will determine whether she ultimately takes on the role of Surgeon General, a position responsible for providing Americans with guidance on major public health issues. The nomination remains under review. There's major backlash this week after the 2026 BAFTA Film Awards broadcast included a racial slur that many say should have never aired. The ceremony was in London, and somebody with Tourette's named John Davidson was in the audience when he involuntarily shouted the N-word while actors Michael B. Jordan and Delroy Lindo were presenting an award. Because he had a form of Tourette's that causes uncontrollable vocal tics, BAFTA host Alan Cumming explained at the event that the outbursts were involuntary, but the words still ended up on the BBC's televised broadcast, and it wasn't edited out before going to air. The BBC has apologized for that mistake and said it will remove the segment from its online platform before being online for a really long time. The situation has sparked criticism on multiple fronts. Some say BAFTA and the BBC mishandled the editing, especially since the broadcast was delayed and other potentially offensive moments were cut. A member of BAFTA's judging panel resigned in protest, calling the handling utterly unforgivable and saying it failed to protect the dignity of Black talent and the broader creative community. Davidson himself expressed remorse, saying he's deeply mortified if anyone thought the outburst was intentional and highlighting that his condition produces tics he doesn't control. Advocacy voices are stressing the need to balance understanding of neurological conditions with acknowledging the harm caused by broadcasting offensive language. The controversy has also spilled into tech. Google has apologized after a news alert referencing the incident mistakenly included the slur due to a filtering error in its notification system. And this is also the reason why AI sucks. In Lindsay life, I'm living my best New York City life this week. The other day, I went directly from the spa to the gym and then to an open mic, all in the same outfit. And then yesterday, I worked on my own projects and went to appointments and then went to a Broadway show where I hung out with the band after. I'm so New York. Signs that he's not just really busy, he just doesn't like you. 1, he runs a basketball league, but asks you where you should go to dinner the night of the date. 2, he says that he's coming over to your place every time because it's just easier. 3, he spends hours at the park playing pickleball on a Wednesday afternoon. 4, he's always on the phone when you're together. 5, he tells you he's not looking for anything right now. Cooking tip of the day: hanging out with your roommate when she's the one cooking. Feedback, comments, questions, a nice Jewish boy looking for a date, email me at Lindsay@thedailysarcast.com. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.